What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know, JNO, and welcome to my team for Game Week 33, Points and Performance, where we go over how I did it in 32 and see what we need to do moving forward into 33 and for the rest of the season to try and get our rank as high as possible. But before we get into the video, if you did not know, of course I am now, thanks to you guys, a finalist in the Football Blogging Awards for Best Fantasy Football Creator. So thank you guys so much first of all for the support, but voting is now reopened, so you can vote for me again if you've already voted for me, and if you didn't vote for me last time, you can now go and vote for me as well. I'll be in the drop down menu in the Best Fantasy Football Creator category. All your votes are much appreciated, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to do some stuff at the Football Blogging Awards that should give you some more content for the channel. Anyway, getting on to my team and how we did in Game Week 32, the big double game week where plans were to get over 100 and get lots of points and rise in rank, and unfortunately for me, it didn't quite work out that way. We got 93 points in the end, which, to be honest, at a certain point looked unreachable, so I'm quite happy with 93 points after Tuesday's games where the likes of Pogba really disappointed, Rashford didn't play. The average was 73, but of course highest points was 174. There are plenty of people that got over the 100, so it did see just a small rise in rank to 19,050. I'm now on 1,950 points in total and a game week rank of 684,364, but I think a lot of people around me are doing the same moves as me, which means I need bigger scores when we make this same moves. Big performers for me were of course Laporte with 18 points. He seems to be a bit of a double game week monster. Eden Hazard turning up in the second game of the game week as well, getting me 15 points, and Aguero's captaincy 10 points, triple to 20, despite the fact he only played 50 something minutes. Those were the high points. The low points were of course Duffy getting 3 points in 2 games, Foster getting 6 points in 2 games when I could have had Gaeta with 12 points in goal instead. Schlupp managed to get points in the first game. Louise managed to get points in the second. Pogba, really disappointing. Sterling, not playing in the second one and not getting anything in the first. And all 3 of my strikers didn't play in the second game of the game week, so that wasn't good. But let's dive deeper into the underlying stats and see if I was just unlucky or if I really just played my free hit chip wrongly. So we got Foster in goal first of all at 4.6 million, 6 points from 180 minutes played. So at least I got the minutes played right. But unfortunately, no real big points coming from him. He did get 9 saves, however, a lot of them coming in the second game. So save points were there, but unfortunately, I had a keeper on the bench that would have been much better choice than him. Then we look at the defenders, and at least with the defenders, I picked defenders that played in all 2 games. Both David Luiz and Schlupp got clean sheets in 1 game each. Schlupp actually getting 4 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, and 1 big chance. If he'd scored that big chance, again, that would have made a big difference to my game week. And David Luiz not really having much goal threat in comparison to what I was hoping he'd get. And then Duffy, of course, was the big letdown. Despite the fact he had 6 penalty area touches, he didn't have that much of a goal threat. Laporte was the hero of my defence, however, with 18 points, 1 assist and 2 clean sheets with 3 bonus points over the 2 games, 3 penalty area touches, 4 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, 1 on target, 1 big chance. He didn't score the big chance, and from what I've heard, he should have, which could have made a big difference to my game week as well. But an expected goal involvement of 0.51 for a defender is pretty high over 2 games. We then look at the midfield, and we have 2 very disappointing picks. And to be honest, I'm slightly annoyed at myself. Sterling was always going to be in my team, and I think a lot of people had Sterling, so I don't think I'm too disappointed with that pick, despite the fact he only got 3 points from 87 minutes, didn't play in the second game. But he did get 13 penalty area touches, 5 attempts on goal, 4 from inside the box, 1 on target, with also 4 chances created and 1 big chance created. On another day, he might have scored in that Fulham game, and it wouldn't look so bad. But I think everyone was going Sterling just because you know how explosive he can be. My issue with my picks in midfield would be Paul Pogba at 8.9 million. I was really thinking of not putting Paul Pogba into my side for this double game week. The issue I had was Martial looked like a risk, Lingard looked like a risk, Rashford looked like a risk, Lukaku looked like a risk. All the players I wanted to put in instead of Pogba looked like injury risks. Now what turned out to happen was all of them did feature in some way or another, and to be honest, all of them did better than Pogba pretty much. So I'm disappointed I didn't go Martial instead of Pogba. I'm disappointed I didn't just ignore Man United options. I could have just looked elsewhere. If I hadn't have got Pogba, I could have brought in a Spurs player. I was thinking about Spurs coverage, and I could have potentially brought in your Christian Eriksen, which would have been amazing, or your Heung-min Sons. Also, If I hadn't have gone with Pogba, who knows what other midfielder I could have got that potentially would have done better than Pogba over 2 games anyway. With only 4 points from 180 minutes played, 6 penalty area touches, only 2 attempts on goal, none from inside the box, none on target, no big chances. 5 chances created, however, is decent, but expected goal involvement of 0.28 over 2 games for Pogba. That's worse than Laporte. So really disappointed with the fact that I still went with Pogba, despite the fact I thought it probably wasn't worth the risk going for him. It was mainly coverage. I wanted Man United midfielder in there. I picked the wrong one. Anyway, moving on to more positive things, we have Eden Hazard at 11 million. I was worried after the first game when he didn't start, and when he came on he didn't really do much. His stats were pretty disappointing. However, second game, 15 points from 120 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 bonus points with 12 penalty area touches. Didn't have as much goal threat as I thought he'd have when I did the stats. 3 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, 1 on target, with 0 big chances. However, he created 4 chances for his teammates, 3 of them being big chances, and an expected goal involvement of 1.06. So at least Hazard saved my midfield in this double game week. Will I keep him moving forward? The only reason I went Chelsea really in this game week, and it gets worse from here, but only reason I went Chelsea was because of the fixtures. I'm not a fan of that Chelsea side right now. I may just ignore them, and there's a potential that I ignore Man United as well, unless I'm going for some of their cheaper options like Rashford and Martial. And then we move on to the forwards, and none of them played twice in double game week 32. We have someone who played 90 minutes, we have someone who played 56, and we have someone who played 76. Really didn't get the forward choices right. It's annoying because at some point I did have Troy Deeney on my side. Of course, he went and got a goal. I did consider the likes of Zaha as well. Didn't go with him because of another cautionary injury. It could have been so much better. It could have been worse, of course. Aguero did get 10 points, Rashford did get 7. The place I'm really disappointed in is the fact I went with Higuain, and I only went with Higuain because of Chelsea's fixtures. Not because of their form, not because I liked him as a striker in the Premier League right now, and that has bit me in the butt. That's my fault. I take that on the chin. 2 points, 76 minutes played, 1 penalty area touch, 3 attempts on goal, 1 from inside the box, no shots on target, no big chances, no chances created. Those are poor underlying stats, and I am annoyed at myself for going Higuain when I was, for 2 weeks pretty much, saying I don't like the Chelsea options. However, looking at the other two, it could have been better. Aguero, 11.9 million, had high hopes. Some people, triple captains, had very high hopes for him. He did get a goal and an assist, so 10 points from 56 minutes played. If he hadn't got that injury, who knows what would have happened. But 7 penalty area touches, 2 attempts on goal, 2 from inside the box, 1 on target, 0 big chances, 3 chances created, with 0 big chances created, and an expected goal involvement of 0.46. His stats are better than Higuain's, at least for 56 minutes compared to 76. And then Rashford at 7.6 million, 7 points, 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 bonus point, 8 penalty area touches, 2 attempts on goal, 1 on target, 2 big chances, 1 chance created, expected goals of 0.52. In a game week where I think a lot of the premium price strikers only really came in with 1 goal, I can't really complain with getting Aguero with 1 goal and assist, but I think most people owned him anyway. I think the value really was in if you got those cheaper strikers picks right. Jimenez, if you stuck with him, would have got you some points. Again, annoyed about that because at some point I did really want Jimenez in my side, and then I thought, you know what, Chelsea's fixtures are too good, let's go with Higuain. Also, my midfield may have looked very different if I'd gone with some cheaper strikers, so that's my fault. Put too many eggs in a couple of baskets, I feel like, and again, that was something I said I didn't want to do, and then I still did it. So lessons learned. Next double game week, hopefully I will break the 100 mark and make a significant impact on my overall rank. And now we look at my team for game week 33, and it reverts back to the team I had for game week 31, and we've got Heaton in goal against Bournemouth, Van Dijk and Robertson against Southampton, Digne against Arsenal, Hazard against West Ham, Barnes and Vardy against Huddersfield away, Fraser and Wilson against Burnley at home. Then we've got Salah versus Southampton as well as the defenders, and Almiron against Crystal Palace, with Schindler against Leicester on the bench. Now, those fixtures look like they're fixtures that these players can get points in. However, there is, of course, the issue of I still kind of want to cover Mane. Do I think Hazard will do something against West Ham? For all I know, he may get dropped to the bench again. Am I happy with Barnes as a Leicester City player when I could have Tielemans or Maddison? Probably not. Do I want Wilson or King? That is probably a coin toss. And as for the defence, do I really want to double up on the defence when it hurt me so much in game week 31? So many questions around this team with only 1 transfer to use. The most likely transfer is me bringing in Mane somehow. It could be for Hazard, it could be for Salah. If it is for Salah, I of course have to get rid of a defender, so that would be a -4. Right now, I'd probably go with Van Dijk. There was a little caution on him. a couple of days ago, but there isn't any more. And other than that, it's now time to start planning towards double game week 34 and double game week 35. I can't make too many transfer hits on this one, so if I do make any more transfer hits than what I've just suggested, which would be a Liverpool defender out, it has to be players I'm confident in scoring. So what would most likely happen is I'd look at who was playing Fulham and who was playing Huddersfield. My issue with Hazard is he's playing West Ham, and West Ham seem to have given up on the season and already thinking about their holidays. Fulham are not involved in game week 33, but Huddersfield are, and they're playing Leicester. So would I maybe double up on a Leicester City midfielder, bring in another midfielder instead of Almiron? Who knows, that might be something I'd try and take a risk with. And as far as captaincy option goes, it's on Salah at the moment, but I am tempted by going with a Bournemouth option, and I am tempted by going with a Leicester City option, even though it is away, it is against Huddersfield. So those are my current thoughts around the side. If you want to know my final team and ask me any questions, please do go and follow me on Twitter. Also, leave some questions in the comments down below. I will get to the questions from yesterday's video as well today at some point, so make sure to have a conversation in the comments. We can discuss our teams and hopefully have a great game week 33. So thank you so much for joining this video today. If you have enjoyed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when my videos go live. Also, again, if you could vote for me in the FBAs, that would be absolutely amazing. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.